yeah, if you think you're going to do it in your own strength, then you know what? Yeah, you can do it.
COVID, it's been helping people move their businesses from offline or brick and mortar to online.
Systems are more important than skills as an entrepreneur today.
It's totally okay to reinvent yourself multiple times, especially when you're an entrepreneur.
Welcome to Profitable Coaching Conversations with Wendy y Bailey. If you're a coach, speaker, or industry expert, you're in the right place for sales and marketing wisdom and insight to grow your coaching business. Now, here's your host, Income Acceleration Mentor, Wendy y Bailey.
Hi, everyone, and welcome again to Profitable Coaching Conversations. I'm really tickled for you to meet our next guest. You guys know that I believe the most important words when it comes to selling are I charge for that. Those are four really important words. And this guest really sort of has her own perspective about those four words. Lilia Navarrete is a transformational business coach who helps service-based entrepreneurs charge more money for their amazing services. There's a whole lot more about Lilia, but I want to get into our conversation. Hey, Miss Lilia, how are you?
Hi, Wendy. Well, I'm doing well. I'm really excited to be here. Thanks for inviting.
Yeah, you know, I got supercharged the first time we spoke, and it was about how you really help your clients overcome those blind spots as it relates to charging and earning at a higher level. So let's start. Tell us a little bit more about what you do as it relates to that whole charging more for your amazing services work. I love it, by the way.
Oh, thanks. So I work with service-based entrepreneurs. So anybody who is selling their gifts, their expertise, their intuitive gifts, whatever that is. And what I help them do is work on a subconscious level to make sure that they remove any blind spots or blocks or any limiting beliefs and distortions about pricing, about money, about themselves in relations to money, in relations to success, and what a great entrepreneur is. And then by removing those blocks, we're able to get them to confidently feel good about their services and charging high-end prices for their services. So in a nutshell, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's awesome though, because that's more than just telling someone they got to charge more. It's understanding what's at the root of why they're charging less.
Exactly.
Right? So how long have you been doing the work that you do?
So my story began back in 2016. I actually started out as a health coach. I was a miserable corporate America employee, miserable, really sick. And at some point, my life was just really falling apart. So my marriage was falling apart. My health was falling apart. And I hated my job. And so I just started asking myself a question. It was really, really, really present for me as what it is that I want to do. Like, what is it? There was a part of me that believed that we are all meant to do something that brings us joy. So I was asking myself, if there are people who are making money doing what they love, well, why can't I do the same? And so the journey began in 2016 with my own health problems. And long story short, in summer, I just stumbled upon health coaching. I had no idea what it was. I knew that I wanted to do something with health. I knew that I wanted to do something for myself. I started discovering my values. And so, health coach. And it was like, ta-da, one of those light bulb moments.
The lights went off,
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what I'm supposed to do. And that's it. And, I found this school 3 months down the road. I would have started earlier, but because they already started that particular cohort, so I was going to do the September, and I just opened up my wallet. Here's the money. I'm going to go do that. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. And I began in September. So I started out as a health coach and then a life. So it's like, once you get a taste of it and it's really yours.
You want more.
You got more. Yeah. So I became a health coach. Then I got a life coach certification. And then the school that I got all of the certificates from, what they were doing, which I think is really brilliant, is they were teaching us the subconscious work. So they were saying that There are lots of
Yeah.
coaches out there, but not as many masterful coaches, right? So who could really get their clients unstuck. And so I got a taste of that subconscious work. So I use transformational coaching method. That's called TCM. So that's the techniques that I'm using. And that's it. And I just went on to get the TCM certificate, right? The subconscious work certificate. And then I got into mastery level coaching. And basically I sort of then got bored of health coaching and just naturally got into a place of saying, okay, well, I technically can help anyone, because once you work on deep subconscious beliefs, you can unpack and unravel any problems. But I was really, and because my business was growing, I was really eager to share how different things can be. So I was seeing myself doing and like having a very different road in business and having a very different level of success. So I wasn't doing what the majority were doing, and it was working very well for me. And part of it was charging lots for my services.
Yes.
And so I said, well, hey, it's really easy. I said, it's really, really easy. I mean, work on your subconscious, remove all of your blind spot and obstacles and any of limiting stories that you have that are not even your fault. B, charge what you want to charge, and you don't even have to struggle that much. Like you can just, make multiple six-figure business with just a few clients. And that's what it was for me. And so that's how I landed on that.
Awesome. That's great. The thing that I love about the work that you do is it's deep work. You know what I mean? Because when you say subconscious, people don't understand that every day we're all, each and all, walking around with all of these things that we've built up in the way of limiting beliefs and subconscious traumas and tragedies that still stay with us, and they hinder us in our ability to do things. I was talking with a former client the other day, and she really doesn't feel like her business is a ministry, but she feels like she's in place to help the downtrodden, to help the people who really can't afford to work with her. And, because she's a professional organizer, what I said to her was, you know what? It's really not about you helping the downtrodden. You walk away from every situation where you have to physically exert yourself in pain, taking painkillers. So you've got to also look at your quality of life as it relates to what you do and how you serve. And we had a price conversation. So if she were someone that came to you and said, okay, it's my job to help those people who really can't afford me, but I'm going to help them anyway, what would you start by saying with her, Lilia? I'll tell you what I said later, but what did you say? What would you say to her?
So I think that the way I work is I probably wouldn't say anything. I would start asking questions. Because I know for a fact when we are doing something, when we have a pattern and that pattern results in us suffering or struggling in one another way, it's a distorted pattern. So I would know for a fact that she has some kind of a root that's limiting and she's just unaware of it. So I would start asking questions, and the questions would sound like, how do you, when you experiencing your pain and your painkillers and helping all those people and then struggling or suffering, I usually ask my clients about what are their thoughts within the process, what are their feelings within the process. And then when you really allow them to step back from the experience, yet see it really powerfully, and you start asking questions about, and what do you believe about yourself when you're in this place? You start hearing things like, I don't deserve ease and joy. Or you start hearing things like, money is a struggle. I've got to work really hard to make money. You start hearing things like, I'm going to be a bad person if I leave people behind, or somehow I'm not enough or not good enough or experienced enough for that next level. And that's when it's almost like the first taste of, oh, that's really what's happening. And that's why I'm behaving this way. And I think if I were to really tell you listeners about, I think something that really changed my life profoundly is my understanding that, oh my God, there's nothing wrong with me. So all of these feelings.
I'm not defective.
Exactly. I'm not defective. Exactly. Really well said. Because when I realized then these things can be fixed, and the way that I keep experiencing life that I don't like can be fixed, and it's not really that difficult, it was like a whole mountain fell off my shoulders, because I was,
the scales fell off your eyes. You could see differently and better and more than you could before. Yeah, exactly.
And so for her, I would say that usually, you know, my clients would come in and they'd say, I don't want to raise prices, or I don't want to triple it and whatnot. And I said, it's okay. It's, you know, when you do health coaching, people say, I would do whatever, but I will never give up coffee. Don't ask me to give up coffee.
Okay.
And I'd say, no problem, we won't give up coffee. But, you know, 2 months down the road, a month down the road, you'll come to me and be like, I'm not drinking coffee anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So this kind of work, it's okay to feel like what you're being offered, so watch out for resistance. Watch out for this. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, because why? What would that mean about you as a person? That's a really good question. If I were to take Wendy Y's example or advice and raise my prices, it make me feel this way. And what would that mean about you? And that's when you really tune in, because when the story is negative, right? If you say that I'm bad, I'm leaving people behind, I'm this, you know, I'm all for going and just about profit or making money, I'm this evil person or whatever. And some of my clients, lies always feel heavy and truth always feels light. So when you feel these lies and they feel heavy, that just means that some kind of a limiting belief is dictating within your subconscious how you perceive the world.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we ended up having a conversation, and we've been working together off and on for about 16 years. Wow. And we had a conversation following that conversation. Our conversation really was about, so how were you able to increase your fees? Because way back when we were talking about increasing her fees, and it took her until probably about 3 or 4 years ago to actually take that step and increase her fees. Yeah. And with COVID, she's gone back to this space and place of, you know, those old fees and those old beliefs. And so we talk a lot about that deep work that you're talking about, because we can talk very directly. And I'm like, that's a limiting belief. You know, yeah, that's because you think blah, blah, blah. So anyway, thank you for sharing your insight about that. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we will go through our profitable wisdom segment. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Hi everyone, Wendy Y here, and I want to extend a personal invitation to you to join the Profitable Coaching Society. It's a growing community of more than 300 coaches, speakers, industry leaders, marketplace influencers, and emerging thought leaders who look, sound, and have businesses just like you. Over in the society, we are talking all things sales and marketing. We're talking personal development. We're talking professional development. And my goal in creating this community is to make sure you have a place where you can come and get sales and marketing support, coaching, tips, strategies, and you also have an opportunity to network with others in the community. So be sure to join me at profitablecoachingsociety.com. That's profitablecoachingsociety.com, and I'll see you over there. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Hi, I'm Michele PW, and you've tuned into Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with Wendy y Bailey. Like, comment, and review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode is live.
Yo, people, what is up? This your boy, John Lawson, johnlawson.com, and you're tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with Wendy y Bailey. Go ahead right now, subscribe so that you're notified every time an episode goes live. I'm out of here for now, guys. Peace.
Hi, I'm Penelope Jane Smith, and you are tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversations Show with Wendy y Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Okay, welcome back. And we're talking with Lilia Navarrete about the Profitable Wisdom segment. She is a transformational business coach, and we've talked a lot about what that looks like in terms of unblocking those subconscious beliefs, those limiting beliefs, those patterns that are not serving you well if you're a service-based entrepreneur. So now we're going to get into some questions that we ask every single guest. So first, Lilia, who has had the greatest influence on your life?
So I hope that my answer is going to be quite unique, because I actually never had an idol, or I never had an admirer, and I never had someone.
Definitely unique.
Yeah. So I've never ever had anyone who'd be like, I want to be like her, or she's inspiring, and so this is an interesting question, because I think that I would just bring it back to what I was speaking about, the work itself. I think the biggest transformation, or the biggest aha, or the biggest kind of influence over my life was this particular work. So me getting to know that it exists, me getting to know about this whole part of us as a human being and how it influences. And so doing that work and consistently myself all the time, and having gotten to those moments where I found out my own core issues and released my own core issues, I think that's the biggest influence that I've gotten. So other than that, I really don't have anyone who I would be like, this is amazing. I don't even have the favorite band or an artist.
Well, and I understand that to some degree, because what happens when you're in this coaching space is you learn things that open you up and that help you in a bigger way than you anticipated. I also think that one of the founders of modern day coaching is Thomas Leonard. He's passed away. And he believed that personal foundation prepares you to coach in any other arena, as in you're able to remove those limiting beliefs of your own and deal with some of the deep stuff that keeps you stuck. And because you've done that work, now you can serve others in the same fashion. So that makes perfect sense to me. It really, really does.
And I would say that one of the, something that stuck with me since the very beginning of the coaching career was that we can only take our clients as far as we can go. And it's not only external. So it's not only how much money you made and how much success you had, but it's really the internal things. That worked really, really well. And so this personalized work, right? This personal work.
Very personal work.
Yeah, very personal work of discovering your own wounds and traumas and all limitations, and continuously just letting go and letting go and letting go and letting go, then allows you to step up and serve your clients in a way that right now I can serve my clients in a way that I couldn't a year ago. There's no way.
Because you're still growing and evolving and letting go. I love it.
Exactly. So
what's the best business advice you've ever received?
The best business advice that I ever received was that there are 1,000 ways of doing anything.
At least. Yeah.
At least 1,000 ways.
Yeah.
And in business, I feel that it is crucial to remember and remind yourself that there isn't a magic pill. We're quite often get caught up into that. We just gotta do this thing, or have a coach, or do this program, and everything will be worked out, right? Everything will be exactly how we want it to be.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. 1,000 ways of doing any given thing was the best ever advice.
Okay, so what's the largest single sale that you've ever made? What's the amount, the circumstances? Tell us a little bit about it.
Yes. So I have two examples here. One is the sale itself, and another is the day. So it happened to be last year that I made $70,000 in sales in one day. And so the sale itself, that came from two clients, and the sale itself was for $40,000. That was the largest sales that I made, and the largest sales day that I had in my business for $70,000. And that was just, again, from two clients. So it wasn't a course, it wasn't a launch, it wasn't any of that.
It was individual coaching. One client opened their wallet and said, here we go.
Here's a $40,000 contract. Yeah,
phenomenal. And what did you do to celebrate, or did you do something to celebrate?
Yeah, so last year was, again, phenomenal for me, especially the first half of the year was absolutely phenomenal in sales. I skyrocketed. And what I was giving myself is an opportunity to travel a lot. So in 2019, I spent probably 9 months out of 12 abroad somewhere.
Yes.
So my biggest celebration, because my biggest value is freedom. So my biggest celebrations is going somewhere. So allowing myself to go to buy a ticket, fly first class, to go, you know, somewhere. So I bought a ticket to Australia, New Zealand. I flew throughout Europe, all over. So just allowing myself to go to those places and invest in myself continuously. These were my biggest celebrations. So I can, you know, make those.
I love travel, so I totally get it. I totally get it. I love the freedom. I love the adventure of travel. I totally get that. So as entrepreneurs, we often face those times where we just want to quit. We want to give up. We don't want to do this anymore. Something happens, something triggers it, whatever that is, and we just want to give up. What has helped you when you face those times of wanting to give up, that moved you through it and beyond it?
Yeah. So in one word, it was coaching. So I know that when I am spiraling down, when you're hitting the low point and it's just dark in there, we can all know that it can be really dark and really difficult. The thing that really pulled me out, or at least allowed me to stay afloat, were my coaches. So I always have coaches, and that's something that I say to my clients as well, as it's a very different perspective when everything is going well and you still have support. So it's like, you're worthy of support, right? You're saying, I'm worthy of support to continuously grow. So I don't always have to hit the bottom of the problem to then find help. Having help on a regular basis is amazing, right? It just sends such a signal to the universe that you're so worthy of everything that you want. But when I'm really low, when I get those moments when it's just, you just feel like you want to drop it all, then I find someone who can work gently on those various stories that are there for me to heal, and traumas are there to be released. So I find a person who particularly specializes in something that I do, so in deep beliefs and deep subconscious work, to help me uncover all of those traumas and just gently let go. And giving myself time. So I know that a lot of women are struggling. One of my clients is struggling with it right now, as well, as when you're ready to give up because it's so hard. I think another thing that I would definitely advise people to just tune into is, how can you receive what is? It is what it is. So how can we
the level of acceptance, the depth of acceptance.
Exactly. So how can we receive what is, be with what is, and still love ourselves and still get into place and saying that will pass as well. So the problem, I think, that I'm seeing a lot of us are struggling with, a lot of entrepreneurs are struggling with, are not allowing ourselves to feel the bad feelings. We just want to escape them. We want to feel great, excited, empowered, inspired, successful, but we're human beings.
You have to accept those. You have to go through those in order to heal.
Exactly. And these are your biggest gifts anyway. So I always tell my clients, if you're in the low, that's going to be your biggest gift, because the universe is asking you to shed, to let go of anything that is not going to serve you in that next level. So it's a gift, you growing, and growing is transformation. It's not always just fun and cheerful and great. Sometimes it's painful, but that's okay. The faster you will get out of that place faster when you just be with yourself and be with those emotions and have support. So,
and there's something you said that I want to tap into pretty quickly. You said coaches, as in plural. Coaches need coaches too, but why do you have more than one coach? I hear people say that all the time. I've already got a coach, and I'm like, yeah, but you don't have a coach who does this. Why do you believe in having multiple coaches?
I love this question. Yeah. So at some point I had 4, right? And then with that example, I also said that Oprah has 4 at any given moment. It's because we have different things. So for example, you know, I work with people on their subconscious, on their pricing, on their business, but in a very different variation. I'm not a strategist. I'm not a marketer. I'm not a business strategist coach. So I'm not going to talk to you about your launch and ads and this and all the nitty gritty things, right? I have a coach like that who talks about all the nitty gritty things and the strategy and the launches. And then I have a coach who does a deep subconscious work. These are very different areas.
Yeah.
So
it's based on what you need.
Exactly. Yeah. And so my biggest thing here is I always tell people, find out what your problem is. Is it an external problem or is it an internal problem? Is it a problem with your relationship, with your marketing in business, with your strategy in business, or is it your beliefs that are stopping you? So if it's your beliefs that are stopping you, stop looking for another strategy coach. They're not going to help you. And also, I mean, give yourself an opportunity to receive support, right? It's all about worthiness and enoughness again. If you need the support in one another area, then get it.
Yeah, awesome. And finally, what is your greatest personal accomplishment outside of your business?
Love this question. I gave it a thought. I think my biggest accomplishment, I mean, I can really create a whole list.
She's like, there are a ton of things on that list.
There are a ton of things.
This one, the one that's at the very top of the list.
Yeah, and I think it's more of a prolonged kind of experience, and you'll understand what I'm saying. I think my biggest accomplishment was my American life, so to speak. I'm Russian originally. I got to this country when I was 18. So for me to make it here without money, support, family, friends, anything at all, and to make it where I'm right now in personal development, in business development, and just, you know, it's a personal journey. I'm 30, I'm turning 31. And I was just talking to my friend the other day, and I said, you know, if I die tomorrow, I would say that I've lived life. I've lived life. There's so many experiences, so much growth, so much travel, so much growth that happened in the past 12 years here in the United States, that is my biggest accomplishment, that I left my country alone with no support, no money, no family, nothing. I had no idea what was going to happen. And it's really interesting that you asked this question because this phase is now being wrapped up. So that is my biggest accomplishment. Coming here, a little girl, a teenager, you know, aspiring teenager, and then being an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, doing what I love. I think it's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, it really is. It really is, Lilia. We'll be right back and we'll hear Lilia's parting thought, that nugget just for you.
With over 20 years experience supporting clients in becoming organized, Lorianne Stepp, the clutterologist, understands the direct connection of physical clutter in the home with emotional confusion in the heart. Lorianne has a natural gift and finely honed skills for helping others rediscover the balance and harmony in their lives using basic feng shui principles. Her non-judgmental and compassionate conversations with her clients help them shape a new reality as she works to organize their home or office. This unique approach, combined with her ability to connect meaningfully with her clients, has earned her rave reviews from many well-respected publications. Whether you need to tackle one stressful pile of paper clutter or reorganize your entire home one room at a time, Lorianne has simple and affordable solutions for you to stay organized. Learn more about Lorianne and her inspiring work by visiting www.clutterologist.com today.
Hey, I am Lisa Santiago McNeill, and you are tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversations show with Wendy y Bailey. Make sure that you like, comment, review, and subscribe so that you're notified when the next episode goes live. See you later.
Hi, I'm Lisa Crisali, and you're tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversations show with Wendy y Bailey. Go ahead and like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Hi, I am Donetta D. Maury, and you are tuned into Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with Wendy y Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you will be notified with the next episode go live.
All right, so we're back and we're talking with Lilia Navarrete, who is a transformational business coach. And we've been learning a lot about tapping into subconscious beliefs and how you can heal from them and let them go. So of all the things we've talked about, Lilia, what's the one thing that you want our viewers, our audience, our listeners to walk away with from our conversation?
Yeah, so I think the one thing that I really want everybody to know is this. When you are where you are in your business and you are not experiencing it in the best way possible, so you're not enjoying it that much, or you are perhaps overwhelmed, or you have this negative thoughts, and maybe you're burning out, or maybe you're just not getting to the next level where you want to get, right? Fast or easy enough, and there's a lot of struggle. What I want you to really take away is this. Our mind is designed in a way that it'll trick you. So your thoughts that you think in explanation that you have for yourself, we really can't trust that. So the one thing that I love to tell my clients is always look at the results that you're having and the experiencing that you're having. If you want something, if your mind, your soul, your heart desires something, you are meant to have it in the way that you want to have it. So if you want to have a great, successful, thriving business and have a ton of time off and travel the world and have an amazing partnership and love relationship, you can have it. There is no need for struggle and no need for sacrifice. So what you need to understand is you can have the experience that you want and you can have it exactly the way you want it. If you're not having it, then it's just something within your subconscious that's stopping you from having it or having the results in the way you want it. It is really fixable. It is doable, and it doesn't have to take years. That's also a very important message. It doesn't have to take years. So if you've tried everything out there, but you yet to do this kind of work, or maybe you've tapped into this kind of work, maybe you've tapped into energy work, maybe you've tapped into spirituality work, I would really urge you to get on a quest of finding the person who can really, truly get inside of your mind, inside of your subconscious mind, and show you what are the roots of the experiences that you no longer want to have, because you're absolutely worthy, deserving, and enough just right now to have everything that you want in the way that you want it.
Nice.
That's my biggest
awesome.
message.
Thank you so much, Lilia. And you have a gift that you're going to share. Can you describe it? We'll put the link in the show notes.
Yeah. So the gift that we have is a 7-day free course. So it's actually like a full training. So it's 7 days of subconscious beliefs training and recording of live coaching sessions. So what it does for you is that, because we can talk nicely about the beliefs, right? But they're exercises and techniques and tools that get you deeper into finding your own beliefs. So this course will take you business-wise, will take you through your journey about visibility, right? Are you powerfully being seen and heard, about pricing and what your pricing is, and any resistance, self-sabotage that you experience within your business. So it'll take you through the tools and the exercises and techniques so that you can find out your own limiting beliefs, patterns, and stories, and then unwire those beliefs, so get rid of them and install something positive to then move forward.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Coach Lilia. I've enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you, Wendy. It was wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in to this episode of Profitable Coaching Conversations. And we'll see you next time for the next episode. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for tuning into Profitable Coaching Conversations with Wendy y. Bailey. Be sure to join us at the after party at www.profitablecoachingsociety.com. We'll see you next time for more sales and marketing wisdom and insight from Wendy Y. and her amazing guests. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you know when new episodes are posted.